Okay, today we're solving all types of logarithm equations. So if you look at the top of your notes, it kind of gives you a guide on, I don't know, there are certain strategies whenever you do this. So it says at the top there are 3 different types of log equations, and all of them require different approaches. So the first type it talks about is whenever you have at least one non-log term, which means a whole number or something like that. You just have one term that doesn't have a log in it. So if you have a problem like that, get one log term by itself and rewrite it as an exponential equation. Okay, the second type is if you have no logs at all. And this is what we did yesterday, where you take the log of both sides and bring the variable out. The third type is when every term is a log term. This is what we did last week, where we got one log term equal to one log term and then use the property to make m equals n. Okay, that could sound really confusing, and it might not. You might understand all that, which is great. Basically, we're putting together everything we've learned for the past week and a half, almost. And that just gives you a guide. If that makes it more confusing on the top of your notes, then don't worry about it. But some people like to see, like, okay, if it looks like this, what strategy do I use? If it looks like this, what am I gonna do? So there's that at the top of your notes that you can use. So let's just practice. Let's go through number 1. Now on number 1, we have logs on every single term, right? So this is the third type that it talks about on the top of your notes. We want to try to condense both sides to where the logs are the same on both sides and we can set them equal to each other, like we did last week. Alright, so what I like to do is fix the ones that have a number in front of the log. So like my first term has a 2 in front of the log. That 2 is going to go as an exponent. So this is going to be x squared. So log base of 3 of x squared. I like to fix those first. And then I'll start in on my adding and subtracting and simplify those. So on the left side, I'm subtracting. And my laws of logarithms tells me that whenever I'm subtracting, I'm actually going to divide. So this will be log base of 3 of x squared divided by 4. Okay, on the right side, I'm adding. So the laws of logarithms say if I'm adding, it's like multiplying. So 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, now that I have the logs the same on both sides, I can set them equal to each other. So x squared over 4 equals 16. And now I can solve for x. Okay, the opposite of dividing by 4 is multiplying by 4. So 16 times 4, if you don't know, punch it in your calculator, gives you 64. To get rid of the squared, the opposite of squaring something is square rooting it. Okay, so x equals 8. Okay, and we had talked about last week why it's not plus or minus 8. So if you need to go through that again, the video was on last Thursday, the 26th, if you want to review that. Okay, but we're going to keep moving on. The best thing to do with these log equations is just practice. So we're just going to keep practicing these problems. Alright, so on number 2, we have at least one term on the right side that is a non-log term. So, at the top of your notes, if you like to use those strategies, we're talking about type number 1, at least one non-log term. we're going to get one log term by itself and rewrite it as an exponential equation. Alright, so what we need to do is condense this left side. So first thing we need to do is get rid of this 2. The opposite of multiplying by 2 would be divide by 2. So we get log base of 2 of x plus log base of 2 of 8 equals 16 over 2 divided by 2. That gives you, oh, I'm sorry, I totally messed up the problem. That should be equals 16. I'm so sorry. And then we divide by 2, gives you 8. Sorry, I went ahead and worked it out. So it should equal 16 on your paper, right? And then if you divide by 2, you get 8 on the right side. So, my bad. Okay, to condense the left side, if we're adding 2 logs together, we're going to multiply them. So, log base of 2 of 8 times x, so 8x equals 8. Okay, so what we're going to do is change this to an exponential equation, and then we can solve for x. So, to change it to exponential, this is what we did last week. Start with the base and move counterclockwise. So 2 to the 8th power equals 8x. And I'm going to solve for x. Okay, so 2 to the 8th power gives me 256. And you can punch that in your calculator. I'm going to solve for x, so divide by 8, and x equals 32. Alright, number 3. Now on number 3, we don't have any logs at all. So this is type 2 on the top of your notes. If you don't have any logs at all, you're going to take the log of both sides and then use your calculator to round to 3 decimal places like we did yesterday. So let's look at number 3. Alright, we have 3 parentheses 5 to the x power plus 5 equals 17. Okay, what I need to do first is get that term that has the x and the exponent, get it by itself. So save it for last. I'm going to subtract 5 to both sides. So 3 parentheses 5 to the x power equals 17 minus 5 is 12. I need to get that 5 to the x power by itself. So I'm going to divide by 3. So 5 to the x power equals 4. Okay. Now that I have that term with x and the exponent, now that that term is by itself, I can take the log of both sides. So log of 5 to the x power equals log of 4. I'm going to take that exponent and move it to the front like we did yesterday, and then I can divide by the log of 5 to get my x by itself. And remember, we're rounding to 3 decimal places. Okay, so log of 4 divided by the log of 5. should get 0.861. Alright, on the next 3 problems, what I want you to do is kind of like yesterday. If you want to pause this video for 5 to 10 minutes, probably 10 minutes, you can, and try all 3. If you would rather pause it for a few minutes, try one and then check, you can do that. If everybody gets the right answer on all 3 and you just want to skip the rest of the videos, you can do that too. But you need to attempt the problem before you watch the video of me doing it. Okay, like I said yesterday, you're going to learn more if you actually try it on your own and then check if you need help than if you just copy down what I do. So, make sure you attempt it first before you watch the solution if you need to watch the solution. Okay?